Go.
Hey guys, we're here working on my 1970 Chevy C10. We have a small block Chevy 400 in it, bored 30 over, aluminum heads, mild cam. But today, we're gonna be swapping out that intake manifold for a fuel injection setup. So going from carbureted to fuel injection, and we're using Fitech for all of that. All right guys, here it is. All the parts laid out. We have the Fitech Ultra Ram intake manifold, which is kind of built like an LS style, but it's not for an LS. So we have the harness they provide with it. We have all the components that come with it: fuel injectors, fuel rail, throttle body, the gaskets come with it, and then this handheld to do some of the programming, because this is like an auto tune. All right guys, let's get started. We're gonna pull off the old intake manifold, get everything disassembled where this is gonna take place, and we'll start assembling the Fitech on the small block. So this Fitech Ultra Ram kit is pretty simple. Everything is plug and play. You have a few wires as far as coil, accessory, tack, obviously power and ground, and just very minor like amount of wires that you have to hardwire into the truck to get this system going. Like I said, everything else is plug and play, so it's a really nice kit. You don't have to take the hood off to do this installation, but since we can, we're going to. So we're going to remove the distributor, which means the timing is going to be off. So what we like to do is put the engine at top dead center. So then when you take it off and you put it back on, it'll still be at top dead center. So it'll be just a little easier to put it all back together. That was supposed to be easy to come out, and it wasn't so easy. Oh, there it is. This engine has never been started, so what we're doing right now is we're priming the oil pump, since we had to take the distributor out, and access to using the tool in there is a lot easier right now than when the intake manifold is on. So we're going to go ahead and prime the engine. So pretend the oil pump is pumping fluid throughout all the galleys and everything on the engine. That way when you go to start it up, everything's already been pre-ran and oiled up. So that's what we're doing right now. We'll be using black RTV to seal the front and rear of the oil valley. We're installing the supplied gaskets with the Fitech kit. They look like really good gaskets. They got a built-in O-ring and they're metal. Now for the goodness, we'll be installing the intake manifold now that all the gaskets and gasket maker are laid out. All right. So as we're tightening this down, you go from center out, tightening the bolts in sequence. When buying this kit, if you have a tall thermostat water neck, you're going to need to get a short one, because the clearance to the throttle body, your throttle body won't fit if you have the taller one. So the injectors have a top and bottom O-ring. You always want to make sure you put some O-ring approved oil on them, because when you get them in there and you start pushing on them, you can cut the O-ring and you can be having a vacuum leak. Now we're going to go ahead and put the fuel rails on. So we're modifying the distributor, and by modifying, we're making it to where it's in the locked position, so it doesn't have any timing advance on its own. And then in order to do that, there's these little springs that you need to pull out, and this is on a 2-wire distributor. You need to pull out the springs, pull out the weights for the vacuum advance, and then now you'll have to pull a pin out, disassemble it, and put it in the locked position. So we're locking the distributor because you can run the Fitech a few different options. You can run a distributor that advanced on its own, or you can run it locked and let Fitech control the timing of it. We're installing the distributor. We're just trying to get everything lined up, back up with the oil pump. That wasn't too bad. Just like that. All right, we got the throttle body we're going to be putting on. Comes with the bracket to hold the throttle cable. We got the intake manifold in. It looks really good. So now we have the engine harness. We're going to plug everything in and go from there. So we got the truck all running good. Everything's good with timing and all the instructions on installing everything. Now we're ready just to drive it. Thanks Fitech for all the parts, all the help, and thanks for watching.